All right, amazing, guys. So let's get into today's session. Today's session is on increasing self-belief. Now, if I could give one gift to every person, it would be increased self-belief. I truly believe that when we believe in ourselves, we achieve so much more. As Henry Ford so eloquently put it, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. Because if you think you can, you'll give it a good hard try. If you think you can't, you'll give up at the first stumbling block. Now, I like to define a belief. What is a belief? I mean, I define it as a feeling of certainty that an individual has that something is true. Now, every single one of us has an enormous amount of beliefs. And each one of our beliefs, I like to think of them as a table, and each belief underneath it has a whole bunch of reference points in which we feel emotionally certain that that is true. For some ideas, I think Tom Hanks is a nice guy. Why? Because I've got some reference points. I've seen him in some interviews, heard some of the charitable things that he does. I've got a few reference points to say, yep, he's a nice guy. But there's some other beliefs that we have that are really deeply ingrained where we've got so many points of reference. We're emotionally attached to them, and they end up either propelling us forward or holding us back. I like to say that belief is non-binary. It's not, do I believe in myself or don't I? It's how much do I? And in what situations? Does it vary from one thing to the other? Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to try and work on building some of our self-belief. Because I know that there's something that you want to do, that you want to change in 2025, that you don't want to repeat in 2024, or that you want to make better than it was before. And a lot of it's going to come down to how much you believe in yourself. I think Napoleon Hill said it very well when he said, there's a difference between wishing for a thing and being ready to receive it. No one is ready for a thing until they believe that they can acquire it. The state of mind must be belief and not mere hope or wish. And a great example was I was in a relationship for a while where I wasn't having my needs met. And I talked to my mentor about it while I was putting up with the behavior. And she said, through her questioning, you don't believe that you deserve to be loved for who you are. And it was true. I had heaps of reference. I'm not earning enough money. I'm not intelligent enough. I didn't go to university. I had all these reasons, points of reference for why that was true. And then she picked apart at it, got me to sit there in front of a mirror saying, I believe I deserve to be loved for who I am because I'm such a nice guy. I'm loyal, I'm fun. And I just did this over and over again. I kept looking for those points of reference, kept building on them. And one day I just showed up in the relationship and said, look, this isn't good enough anymore. These are my needs. Are you going to meet them or aren't you? And I don't know what came over me. It was what happened was I changed my sense of self-belief. And what we're going to do today is a little exercise to do that for ourselves. So I want you to just take a pen and paper, or you can open up a new document on your device if that's easier for you. If you don't have a pen and paper handy, you can do it on your phone, you can do it on your MacBook or whatever it is. Whichever one that you want to use is completely fine. And I just want you to write up the top of the document or the page, mindset Mondays, increasing self-belief. And if you want, you can put the date, which is the 6th of the 1st, 2025. So Mindset Mondays, increasing self-belief. Now, for these journaling questions, I'll give you a number and then I'll give you a chance to answer it. So question number 1, I want you to think about something that you want to achieve and I want you to write it down. And you can answer it by saying, what I want to achieve is. What I want to achieve is. And you might have a goal to lose weight. It might be to get to a certain weight. It might be to go to the gym 3 times. It might be that you want to earn more money, a specific amount of money. I want you to write down what it is that you want to achieve. I want to achieve a really happy, healthy relationship with myself. Whatever it is for you. Just taking a moment to write it down. It can be big, it can be small, but just something that you know you want. And once you feel that you've got an answer that you're happy with, just give me a thumbs up emoji so that I know to move on to the next question. So what I want to achieve is. Thanks, Tara. Thanks, Numa. Thanks, Gia. Gita. Glenda, beautiful. And once we get two more, I'll move on to the next one. Louise, thank you. Carmen, beautiful, amazing. And Haley, thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Question number two. I want you to take a moment to just think, and I want you to write down the doubts you have about your ability to achieve this goal in dot points. Now, they might be really strong, they might be just basic, but you can write down the doubts I have about my ability to achieve this are. The doubts I have about my ability to achieve this are. And write them down in dot points. The doubts I have about my ability to achieve this are. They might be strong, they might be weak, you might only have one, you might have 20. Whatever it is, no judgment, just writing it down. Maybe it's I don't have the time, I'm not smart enough, I'm not attractive enough, I'm not productive enough, I'm not organized enough, whatever it is. And try and keep it about you, not about the world. Don't say the world doesn't need it. Say that I don't think the world needs it. Make this about you. It's about self-belief. And again, no judgment, just writing down whatever comes to you. If you need to, just take a few deep breaths as you do it. And once you feel that you've got a few that you're happy with, or maybe not happy with, but a few that you feel that you're done, just give me a thumbs up so I know to move on to the next question. If you've only got one, if you've only got two, that's fine. Nicholas, beautiful. Judy, beautiful, amazing. Thanks, guys. Perfect. We'll move on to the next one. What I want you to do is I want you to read through this list, these dot points that you've got, and I want you to select one by underlining it, the one that you feel is getting in the way the most, the one that feels like the biggest block. Maybe it feels hard, maybe it feels heavy. Your emotions will probably guide you on this one. I want you to just underline the one that feels like the biggest block. Amazing. Thanks, Tara. Beautiful. Now, this might feel counterintuitive, but follow me on this one. I want you to have a look at that one that you've just underlined. And question number three, write down 3 observations or reasons for why you believe this is true. And you can write them down as A, B, and C. So if you wrote down underlined, I don't have the time. What are the 3 observations? Well, I've got to go to work. Maybe if you don't have the time, it's like, this will take longer than I have each week. I've got to look after my family. Write down 3 observations. If you've only got 2, that's completely fine. But challenge yourself. There's a reason why you think this, that you don't have the time. There's a reason that you don't think that you're smart enough. What is it? Again, if anything deep is coming up for you, just breathe. No judgment. And just finishing up whatever answer you're just writing down. If you've only got 1 or 2, that's completely fine. All right, beautiful, beautiful. Now, question number four. I want you to look at each dot point that you've just written, and I want you to write in dot points of A, B, and C to correlate with them an observation or reason you know that this isn't 100% true. So, number five, I want you to look at A, B, and C that you just wrote, and I want you to write a thought or an observation or a reason why you know it's not 100% true. If you say, well, I don't have time and I've seen that because, I've got to go to work. And so maybe you can write down, well, I spend way too long at work. I could come home earlier. I sit on my phone for 20 minutes in the car as I'm getting out of the car before I come home. Look at each one and do your best. If it's hard to do, amazing. Breaking a limiting belief and increasing your self-belief is difficult. So the harder these questions are to answer, the more beneficial they are. The same as someone lifting very light weights compared to lifting very heavy weights. It's harder to lift the heavy weights, more beneficial in the long run. Again, if you need to, just take a deep breath. Maybe you could write down something that's affirming. I know that I have time because if I get rid of my phone, I can do it. Whatever comes up for you with your answers. And again, if it's hard, that's completely fine. Beautiful. Well done. Wherever you're up to is completely perfect. We're going to move on to question five now. And I like this one. Number five, what is the exact opposite of the limiting belief that you underlined for question two? I want you to have a look at the answer that you had for question two, and I want you to write down what the opposite is. If you wrote down, I'm too tired, I'm not smart enough, I want you to write down, I know in my heart that I am smart enough to do this. If you wrote down, I'm not attractive enough, I know that through time, through working on myself, I can attract my ideal partner. Write down the opposite of what you put for number two. If you wrote down, people aren't going to pay me for this. Write down, people need the service that I have to provide. If you wrote, I don't have the time, write down, I always make time for the things that are important to me. Beautiful. And our last question for today, number six. I want you to write down five thoughts, observations, or reasons that support or prove this new belief is true. And I want you to put them in dot points of A, B, C, D, E. And you can start it off by saying, I know that my new belief is true because I know that my new belief is true because. Again, if you need to, just take a deep breath. I know that my new belief is true because if you've just written down, I know that I have time for the things that matter most for me, I want you to write down why that is. Maybe you're always there for your mum. Maybe every time it's really counted, you've been there for the people that you really care about. If you wrote down the new belief, people want the services that I provide because you're looking for your ideal job right now. Write down the times when people have really appreciated what you do. Again, if it's hard to look for, it's even more beneficial. Maybe it's something that moves in the future for you. I know that with effort, I can do this. I know that I have the skills deep within me to succeed. I know that I have the passion within me to succeed. Whatever it is, just really feel your way into it. If it feels clunky, that's good because that means that it's not something that your brain normally thinks about. So it means you're forming new neural pathways to create a new belief. And that's really good. All right, amazing work, guys. Well done. If you want to right now, you can just give yourself a pat on the back for going through that whole exercise. I know it might have been a bit hard, might have been easy, whatever it was, just honor yourself for sitting here and going through it. Now, I have recorded it, so you can re-watch it if you want to. But what we're going to do now is we're going to jump into our guided meditation. So I want you to just take a moment to just put your pen away, try and do some movements or something, get rid of any energy in your body. We're going to be sitting still for about 10 to 12 minutes. So I want you to be as comfortable and relaxed as you can. So just move your body in any way, shape, or form that you need to get yourself nice and comfortable. I like to just move my body a little bit crazy, give you guys permission to do the same. But just taking that moment right now to get yourself nice and comfortable. I'm going to start playing some music. Come, beautiful, amazing. Just taking a moment to arrive into the stillness here. Moving your shoulders if you need to, doing any last minute adjustments to get yourself nice and comfortable in a seated position. With your back nice and straight, your head up as much as possible. And when you feel that you've arrived in the stillness, just gently closing down your eyes. Just taking a moment to arrive, setting the intention to be completely present in this moment. Forgetting about anything that's happened today, anything you need to do later, and just allowing your mind and body to be completely present here and now. We're going to start this session with 10 really deep breaths in through our nose, into our stomach, filling up our chest at the last bit, and breathing out, relaxing completely through our mouth. When you breathe in, I want you to imagine that there's a hook attached to the top of your head, pulling you up towards the ceiling. So as you breathe in, expanding your whole body up towards the ceiling, and as you breathe out, just letting yourself relax down. I'll do these breaths with you, and we'll do our first inhale in 3, 2, 1. Breathe in all the way in, filling your body, and breathe out, letting your whole body relax. Breathe in all the way in, rising up. Breathe out all the way out. Let yourself smile. Breathe in all the way in. Really enjoy it. Breathe out all the way out. Just completely relaxing. Breathe in all the way in. Breathe out all the way out. Breathe in all the way in, filling up your body. Breathe out all the way out, just letting it all go. Breathe in all the way in. Breathe out all the way out. 3 more. Breathe in, big deep breath. Breathe out, letting yourself smile. Breathe in, all the way in. Let that smile get even bigger. Breathe out, all the way out. Last one. Big, deep breath all the way in, really enjoying it. And then breathing out all the way out. And just letting your body sit here in the stillness, just checking in, just noticing how you're feeling. Just thanking yourself for checking in. And I want you to imagine in your mind that you're walking along a beautiful path. I want you to imagine that it's around trees. It's a beautiful day. The temperature is perfect. And you're just out for a lovely walk. And as you're walking along this path, you come to a point where you're now walking beside a river. But you notice that this river only has a thin little stream right in the middle of it. It's about 20 meters wide, this river. But in the middle, there's only a couple of meters of water moving through it. And something inside of you inspires you to go down to that water. The water just looks so good. It looks clean, it looks refreshing. So imagine that you take off your shoes. For some reason, you've got a bathing suit with you. And you smile about having that. And just feel yourself just walking down to this thin stream in the middle. Imagine just putting your feet in. It's only a couple of feet deep. It feels really nice. You feel like a beautiful energy floating through your body. And as you turn and look upstream, you notice that there's like a dam that's formed of dirt, rocks, twigs, and it's blocking this stream. You can see just a little bit of it trickling over, but you know that there's so much more power behind it. And part of you now feels inside of you that on the other side, that water possesses great self-belief, like insane self-belief, and you want to feel it. The water you're feeling right now feels nice, but you want to feel incredible self-belief. So you focus at this wall, and you can see it start to crack in one of the corners, and you can see some water burst through this corner and starts coming down towards you. And you feel it hit your knees. And now you're in about 3 feet of water. It feels so good. You feel so confident, so strong from it. You don't know why, but it just feels so good. This beautiful, clear, clean, energizing water is just floating around you. And with even more determination, you're like, that feels really good. You look up further, at the dam again, you're like, that's it, I want to break this thing down. And with your might of your thoughts, you see the other corner break. And you see more water coming down. And now the water hits you, and now it's up to your waist, around your belly button. And it just feels so good as you're moving in this water. And from the bank, you hear a cheer. And you turn around and see that a few of the people you really care about, that you really love, that love you, are cheering for you. They're in bathing suits. They want to get in the water, and they're cheering. They're saying, go on, keep going. And you feel this feeling of determination welling up inside of you. You look up at that wall and you're like, you're going to break. And with your focus and concentration, you see a big chunk of the wall break. and you see a whole bunch of water coming towards you and you're ready for it. As it hits your skin, it doesn't even move you, it just moves around you. And you just feel this beautiful energy as the water's all the way up now to your chest. And you just start to swim around in this beautiful water. Your friends, your family, those loved ones, they cheer loudly and they are in their bathing suits and they come into the water and they start splashing around. And they're smiling, they're cheering for you, and you feel so good. You feel like you could do anything. You feel like you want to take this power and bring joy, bring creativity, bring inspiration to yourself, to the people you care about. It feels so damn good. And with a little bit of a smile on your face, you look up at the rest of the dam that's still standing. And just with your gaze, you see it just crumble. And you feel the water lift up even higher and just flowing freely to and through you. See the beautiful sparkle of it. You can hear the laughter. You can see the smiles of the people around you. And you just spend a moment here just floating around, just feeling confident, feeling beautiful levels of self-belief. And as you're floating in this water, I want you to think about one of the goals that you want to move towards. And for possibly the first time in your life, you just feel no doubts. You feel ideas are just flowing to you of how you could do this. You feel this wave of excitement. You feel this energy that just feels intoxicating, infatuating in the best sense. You feel alive. You feel powerful. Just take a deep breath in through your nose, just breathing in this power. Feel it in your body as you can feel this water moving all around you, this life energy. And in your mind, see yourself going after this goal and just succeeding. See yourself doing it with incredible self-belief, confidence. And as you're sitting there floating around this water, seeing your success, feeling so confident, you see that your friends and family give you a big smile and they all swim to the bank, hop out, dry themselves off, and with a wave, you can see them just walking away, smiling, and you feel this beautiful sense of purpose or energy because you know that that was your doing. You brought joy, happiness, inspiration to the people you love and care about. As you're swimming in this water, feeling this beautiful energy, just feeling really complete. And so you swim to the bank as well, standing up, watching this beautiful river just flow and just feeling any blocks within you just have melted away. You get dried, you put back on your clothes, and you continue walking along that path. And in your head, you can hear yourself saying, and I'd love for you to repeat after me, I know I can achieve my goals. Give it even more energy this time. I know I have everything I need within me to achieve my goals. I love that my self-belief is now at an all-time high. And the last one, I'm so glad that now I fully believe in myself. Just seeing yourself walking on this path, smiling, laughing, feeling easy. And I want you to just take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, and just slowly let that image fade as you come back into your body where you're seated right now, bringing that beautiful energy, that beautiful feeling all the way back into the present moment. And with another deep breath in through your nose and a deep breath out, you can start to bring some gentle motion into your body. You can wiggle your fingers, you can wiggle your toes, you can move side to side, you can roll your shoulders back and forth. And when you feel ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Welcome back. Amazing work, guys. Amazing work. Just slowly just coming back. No rush. If you're in a great vibrational energy, just chill if you want. And if you feel like you want to write down something, something just comes to you, something that you want to remember about this energy that you're feeling right now, just write it down. Write down whatever comes to you. Now, the way that these sessions run from here is I do stay on for another 15 minutes and give anyone a chance to share their experience. And if what we've done here today feels like something you want to do more work on, I am a mindset coach. That is what I do. And my specialty is helping people who procrastinate, people who feel like they're stuck, to really believe in themselves, to set some really clear goals and work at building self-belief and habits to help it make it a reality. So if that feels like something that you really want to work on, like if you feel that you're so sick of just repeating the same thing over and over again, of trying on your own really hard, because I believe everyone's doing the best they can with what they have, with the level of awareness they have. But if you really want to work on yourself for this year and you really want to make a change and you feel like we might be a good fit, please feel free to reach out to me on Meetup, or you can go to my website, which is davidkeefeturner.com. I shall put it in the chat here and we can have a talk about working together. And if you just want to follow along with my journey, or you want to send me a message about something that came up for you doing this session, please feel free to add me on Facebook, Instagram, send me a message there, or you can send me a message from my website. Now, the way that this works is, yep, like I said, I do stay on and just have a talk to anyone who wants to. But thank you so much for coming here. If you really enjoyed it, when you leave and go back into Meetup, please give it a review. If there's something that you would like to see me improve, send me a message about it. I'm always up for hearing feedback, but just well done for being here. You know, not everyone does this, comes to a night like this, sits here with strangers, does journaling exercises, closes their eyes and goes on a journey like that. So well done for being here. That is absolutely incredible. I wish you all the best for an amazing week ahead. And I look forward to hearing anyone who wants to share. So I'm just going to end the recording, but you can feel free to start.